Now it's just
Oh, why is that so funny?
It gets in the teeth. And it goes.
G'day, I'm Ash. I hope you're all doing fantastically well. Welcome back to War Thunder. I know, another War Thunder video so soon. I was going to do some Bomber Crew and some other things, but regardless, this is the Arado 196A3, and it's a current rank 1 aircraft that you can get for Operation Summer. If you don't know, you can get those in the tasks. You go to your achievements, and then you go to Operation Summer, and you can track what you need to do. There's a bunch of other tasks and things that you'll need to do in order to get some of these things completed. Regardless, in today's video, we're going to go over the brief overview of what the vehicle was, how it came to be, some of the cursed variants of Arado 195s you can get, and have basically a brief look at sort of how effective this vehicle is and try and have some fun with it. Obviously, it's rank 1, 1.7. It is a premium vehicle. It sits in the tech tree just underneath, if you have it, the Romanian HE-1112. Can only hold 250 kilogram bombs. You cannot remove these modules, even if you go into the modifications and the secondary weapons. There is no way to take these off. So either you carry them around, or you drop them when you need to. It does come fully upgraded, as I said. It does get access to air targets and stealth rounds, as well as some armoured targets for the rear gunner, and tracers as well. So a fairly effective vehicle, I'd say, but the more interesting thing is this vehicle's armament. You've got two 20mm MGFF cannons, ×2 with 120 rounds, and a single 7.92 just on the side of the cowling on the pilot's right-hand side here. And if we have a look at the X-ray, there is room for a gunner. There's two very massive wing spars on each wing. There is some oil and cooling in the front, and then all the fuel tanks are in the pontoons. So if you shoot off the pontoons, you might effectively cut off the fuel supply for this vehicle. Regardless, the engine is a BMW 13 K9 cylinder radial, air-cooled, and is decently powerful enough, but won't propel you too much. You know, your max speed is about 320 kilometers an hour. And obviously, you can put a decal inside the cowling, as you saw by the intro. Yeah, that's quite haunting, I would say. Yeah, probably. Okay, spawn. It's a bomber spawn. Oh my god, that's gonna change. That has got to change.
Oh no!
That has got to change. It'll get attacker by like when it releases 100%.
What's your altitude gonna be? I'm doing sim controls.
Yes, welcome to low tier, everybody, where the Arado spawns at fucking 3,800 meters. And, by the way, the face. You know what that reminds me of? The little jet plane. What is it? JJ the jet plane. You know?
JJ the jet plane.
That is what that reminds me of, with the face there. Oh my god, she does not roll. Oh, D god. First impressions are not kind to this bastard.
Isn't it stock? Or is it... Oh no, it's spaded.
Yeah, it's a premium. The other vehicle is not. Come here, come hither. Come on! No, don't turn. No, you're faster than me.
Oh shit, he is.
Come on!
What? 20.
Okay, maybe this thing did want and need a bomber spawn.
Use the rudder.
Got him!
Okay.
Alright,
No.
who's next? Hurricane? Oh my god. Yeah, this thing shreds. You should hear it fire. It's like...
Go on, get up, get up, get up.
Nice.
Okay. Is he gonna go in?
Oh,
He's gonna go in.
no,
There we go. We're gonna ace this thing. This will be the match that I put up on YouTube, by the way. So...
Oh no!
Just-
The guy stalls out right after he kills me. Fuck. He stalled out, got it again, killed me, then lost it.
Come on! Alright. On fire. Ooh, hello! Woo!
That's good.
Alright.
Like,
Come on, pull, 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 pull! Up! Okay, here we go. Come on. Aim just a little more. Oh, the engine. Oh no, the engine! The engine! Liv,
Fake.
come on, up!
Mike has given up on us.
Mike has given Mike Senpai.
Oh god.
Yeah, that's what you get for saying that one. You just crash into a tree. You just like that.
So now you've gone through trees.
So yeah, okay, effective. I'd call that. Very effective. Dagger, 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 dagger. Whoop! I'm on fire. I've lost a float. Put it out.
Oh no,
Put it out.
you're one-legged.
Put it out. Oh my god. What?
Mike is on fire.
Come on, put it out.
He's burning.
Yeah, Mike's on fire. Ah, yes, I'm now a Blackburn skewer. Come on! How did I... How is this fire still going?
The anger of Mike.
Oh, can I get a kill? Come on. Get the gunner up. I got a hit on him. Oh no, my fire's out now.
Sunderland's right
Oh.
above you.
Now I will say I've fallen in love with this little gem. Not only has it got really competent 20mm cannons, although there are 60 rounds of each for each gun, the machine gun is utterly fantastic as well, and it reminds me of the 189, or just a bigger, beefier version of the HU-51. As you can see here, you just come in to dive. Now if you could aim, you would have gotten that kill, and you probably would have gotten this one as well, and you probably would have gotten a couple more, but suffice to say that early diving on teams when the match has just begun and they've just sort of taken off is something you can do from 4,000 meters just because you spawn at that altitude. I have a feeling that later down the line, when, well, particularly even with the H51, the Hydro version, they did exactly the same thing because it was just absolutely dominating teams. Does it need the air spawn? Yes it does, but players like me, well, I'm a veteran, I'm just sort of flailing this thing around and it's utter fun to do so. We've already got a kill here, and we're just flying towards the Nimrod, but this D500 really wants my my 6. So I'm going to let him into this sort of realm, and as you can see, this thing isn't the most manoeuvrable aircraft at all. You really have to use your rudder. The engine is rather exposed, the gunner doesn't have his own armour, the pilot is not protected. Granted, the cockpit is nice, and there is a lot of vision. It's a 1.7 aircraft. If you're doing stuff like this, just diving in on enemy teams, you know, it's quite fascinating. As you can see, I sort of outplayed him there. He had the more movable aircraft, and definitely had a better aircraft, in my opinion, than this naval float plane. The aircraft is fascinating for several reasons. Not only does it get really high air spawn, but it allows you to intercept bombers, and that's quite interesting at rank 1.7. You do get occasional 2.3 matches and so on and so forth. Occasionally you are top dog, and you can get 1.0 matches, which I think this thing should be up to you just a little bit. And also they should add the ability to remove the 50kg bombs you can get. I don't really see that thing being useful aside from trolling a bunch of top tier leopards and using this as your close air support vehicle. Regardless, The Luftwaffe and the Kriegsmarine were looking for scout vehicles, particularly around the time of 1936-1937. Essentially, there were several trials with different landing gear capabilities that would allow them to pick up seaplanes, that would also allow them to sort of radio back to their ships to sort of help with range finding, reconnaissance, etc., etc. Essentially, what you have here is a reconnaissance aircraft that has an interesting float design, and it has a crane mounting hook that just attaches on the top, and you can lift the vessel, or should I say the aircraft, straight onto the ship, and it's, job's done. On May 5th, 1940, two Arado 196A2s from this coastal group, operating from Aalborg, Denmark, succeeded in capturing the submarine HMS Seal in Kattegat. In the spring of 1941, AR-196As were launched by the Bismarck in the attempt to drive away the Royal Air Force Catalina, flying boats shadowing the battleship. During its one and only sortie into the Atlantic in the middle of 1941, AR-196 units were more widespread and, well, just more out and available. It's got an interesting service life. There were three different variants of aircraft that came before it: the Arado 81, the Arado 95, and the Arado 195. They each had different variations and different things. There was also a biplane version. Look up the Arado 95A1. It's a biplane float plane, almost like an N1K1. F1M2, sorry. And there's several different variants and different types. Again, they all carried a standard BMW 132 engine, which was upgraded over various different variants with supercooled charges and all sorts of different things. Essentially, it's a 9-cylinder radial air-cooled engine rated at 830 horsepower, though in War Thunder currently the V3 specification is slightly different. Anyway, the 196, as it was stated previously, was just a fantastic aircraft here, and even if they went with a central float design, with which would be difficult landing on choppy water as the shocks were absorbed in the fuselage of the structure, they did try a version that had, and I quote, a variant with 3 floats. However, it wasn't necessarily that successful, despite being the more advantageous positioning for a float aircraft. But there you go. So overall, do I think this is a fantastic vehicle? Yes. Do I think you should get it? 100%. If you can get it for free, or you have to pay the Golden Eagles, doesn't necessarily matter. Really, it is a fun vehicle, and I hope that it certainly stays that way. These guys that I was in and up tier stood no chance, because I was just outmaneuvering them. As you can see, the J-22 here completely and utterly got smacked, and that Yak that I was fighting earlier, well, he's going to come back, and there's going to be another Yak 7 inbound. But it's all hindsight, really. And yes, it is a very unique fighter aircraft. In fact, it's a user-made model, I believe correctly, and for that, it's gorgeous. I'm still waiting on Vulcan, although that has its own issues with bombers, and this sort of treads that fine line between attacker and bomber. So there's that. There's a lot of balancing issues when it comes to adding vehicles of these kind of types, because some of them won't really fit within the game, and mind you, Gaja has an outset that, well, you just add the more higher tier vehicle because you'll get more height for it. Look, for example, at the F11 or the new Leopard that's coming out. But regardless, I think this vehicle is definitely well worth picking up, and if you can, try it, because it's certainly a lot of fun. Anyway, I sincerely hope you enjoyed watching today's video. My name is Ash. Don't see your club too hard in this thing when you get it by chance, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.